Hi, this is Amber Mitchell, and today I'm going to give you a little tour of my little house. A few years ago I did a little house tour, and I wanted to show how our house has evolved a little bit. First of all, there's our dog enjoying the sunshine. Also, before I didn't show the outside, so this time I'm showing a little bit of the outside. My house is about 750 square feet, and before I called it a tiny house, but things have evolved since then, and people don't really call 700 square foot houses tiny, but rather small or little or whatever. But I would say that you don't see a lot of actual tiny houses under 500 square feet that are housing 5 people, so I think we do pretty good. So we have 2 teens and a 10-year-old, and my husband and I living in the house. So as we come through the front door, we say aloha. And my husband designed this house and built it 10 years ago. So this is 10 years we've been living in this house since our kids were little, and now they're old, and you'll see where they spend their time and stay. So here's the living room. Maybe I'll leave the door open because it gives some light. A lot of things are kind of the same as a few years ago. We still keep our guitars on the wall. I think we may have switched out the couch. This one fits all 5 of us nicely. We still love music and make it the center of our living room. And as we come around, so that's where I came in, we keep our household tools in this little red cabinet. And this used to be an office. It's more of a command center, we call it. It's sort of a drop zone for papers and then extra things for baking. Our kitchen has expanded into here. 10 years ago, people didn't have laptops very often and sat at their desk, but now we almost always use laptops, so the house works good that way. Okay, here's the kitchen. We have a full-size fridge, counter depth. We just eat here, as well as I do a lot of my counter prep work on that table. And across here, we don't have an oven, just a range. And this above microwave is also an oven, if I need it, plus I have a toaster oven in the command center. And then we just have open shelving for things. I thought this would be a good time to show the house because the kids are away today and I tidied up a little bit. But I did just read a pretty cool book called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by, I think it's Marie Kondo, and she has a lot of funny ideas, like that she acts like your things have feelings and need to be treated respectfully. But at the same time, I really enjoyed her ideas about keeping around you the things that bring you joy. And that's really what this little house is all about, the things that matter the most to us and not just all sorts of things. One thing that's fun in here is we each use about 1 glass a day, so we keep them on our own spot. That way we don't have a ton of dishes all the time. We are kind of conservation-minded. We believe we're stewards of the earth. We believe that God calls us to take care of things well, and so we don't try and waste stuff. We do think in small spaces in 3 dimensions, so my extra supplies are above things, like in these baskets, or above the fridge. So I really do make use of this space. The ceiling height is 7 feet to the bottom of these beams, so it is not super tall, but I do make use as much as possible. I have an entry closet that performs the kind of tasks you would expect by housing our coats and my son's Sunday suits. That's our only hanging hanging area for the kids. And then a few things shoe-wise go down there. We don't keep shoes anywhere else in the house, but out on the outside shoe racks and then these shoe racks. And on this side we have a few cleaning products at the bottom and outerwear and some shoes, just in bins. And a few household tools that didn't work. We don't use every day, so they're not in the red cabinet. Okay, So that's pretty much the downstairs. We're still homeschooling. Both of our older kids are scholars in leadership education. So my daughter spends a lot of her time at horse stables, working at a horse farm. And my son, who's 13, he's a big reader. He likes a lot of history, so he spends a lot of time on this couch reading and upstairs and doing his online classes. Grace is all done with her online classes until next year when she starts up college at 16. So let me show you our one bathroom. I'm doing some laundry right now. So we've got a shower, no tub. We've never had a tub. Even when the kids were little, they showered. My husband enjoys tile work, so we splurged on these little glass tiles, and they're on the ceiling as well. We still love those. This is my favorite part of the house. Usually I like to say that because this is where all the kids' clothing is. And they have always, even years ago, they started taking care of all their own clothes, so I don't do laundry or handle any of that, and that makes my life a lot easier. And it's all right here, so they can change and not keep clothing all over the house, not keep clothing in their rooms. So I'll take you upstairs and show you the one bedroom where the kids all stay. Grace is 15, Noah's 13, and Elias is 10, and they still enjoy this. We've had some talk about what else we might like to do if they're getting too cramped on space, but they still like it. Let me start over there, actually. So Grace is still over here in the corner. She tidied up before she went on a trail ride today. You can tell she still loves horses. She has one area that's hers. It's all these drawers. And Elias and Noah share the bunk bed. And they, again, each have a spot that's all theirs for their own personal items. That's their only place that they house really personal items. The rest of the areas in this room are like science supplies and board games and books. Lots of books. This is the area I really need to attack with the magic of tidying up approach, although it's hard because I do love books. Computers, and of course mostly they have their laptops. That's really, I use this dual monitor system when I'm doing web work and other stuff. And then art supplies over here in these corners. And my supplies for mentoring kind of end up on that wall. So, and if you haven't noticed, this is a swing. We have a lot of height in this room. And they still love this swing. This swing has never gotten old. Sometimes it becomes back in the corner there's a 40-pound punching bag. Sometimes they put that up instead. But mostly they just leave it like that and they sit in it all the time. That has to be one of the most used spots in the house. And I do try and use this area above in the upper V of the ceiling because I think that, again, it helps me think in 3 dimensions and makes better storage and lifts the eye through the room. So we still have a lot of stuff going on in this room. And then across here, oh, here we just have a linen closet. Well, it's like my hanging stuff, Steve's hanging stuff, and a little bit of storage down below. I guess there's no light in there. And Steve and I are in the closet, basically. Let's back up a little there. We have a spot on the floor. Nothing too exciting, but my treadmill fits. And we are still in these garage-style bins for Steve's clothes and my clothes. But I just got rid of a whole bunch, and Steve did too, so we may be rethinking these and go ahead and get some kind of dresser or a built-in. We also have a little attic back there, but we've got a pocket door to put in there, and then on the other side of that we can add a half bath or just keep it as storage, which is what it is right now, attic storage. Okay, well, I'm running short on time, but I want you to think that there are things you can do, even in a 750 or 700 or 600 or 500 square feet. There's a lot you can do. And living in a small space has huge benefits for family, being close together, being connected, and I really believe in small spaces. enjoy. Thanks. Bye.